And again, Peter's cross is the upside down cross, Peter. Is your last name Iscariot too? Should be. Now, all this is about Jesus and Satan and all that too, right? This is about Peter alone. Some of you, Peter, shall not taste of death till what happens. Oh, is fulfilled. Now, dumbass Christians, Peter's not your God. Jesus Christ is. And he's not a man. He has female breasts. And Peter convinced the disciples to lie to you. You understand? He's the editor there. Mm-hmm. Not Paul. He probably tried to tell you everything. But Luke and the other writers who wrote for Paul, they lied. They lied. They didn't even tell you half of what Paul said. No. And who do you think is doing it? His scribe. Mm-hmm. And Peter's controlling the message he's sending to the church, right? And pretending he's not involved with it when he writes his own little letters. And still lying out his butt enough to you that it confuses you and not helps you, right? That's the problem with men like Peter, I know. They're so superstitious before he even met Jesus about the Messiah, that when the real Messiah showed up, like all Jewish men and Gentile men, he missed the boat. And like I said, when you do the right thing, it's Jew or Gentile. And when you do the wrong thing, it's Jew or Gentile. Don't matter who's doing wrong, Peter. Wrong is wrong. A mistake is a mistake until you correct it too. My friend. Or my enemy, whichever you prefer to be. Not that circumcision alone matters, the truth matters. Any man can seek the truth of God and know Peter's lying out his butt and who's lying there. The disciples, not Jesus. Men lie about God more than God lies about itself. It can't lie, I know. But men do. It started with Adam and Eve and Eden, I know. The first lie was when Eve asked Adam, "Hey, buddy, which tree is it, dumbass?" Maybe not in those words, but you know what I mean. Now, whatever she told the serpent, you know she got it from someone else other than the Lord, right? She didn't just come up with that shit on her own. It's like some of you imagine. No, she asked somebody. I know. Unlike his dumbass, who didn't go to the one who told him what not to do, right? Now, if someone tells you not to do something, and you don't have the sense of mind to ask them, "Oh, I'm in a garden with a bunch of trees in it. I should ask this person which one he means, since there's a bunch of trees in the damn garden." And I might, peradventure, eat of it. Maybe someone did have the sense of mind to ask someone that, women. And someone didn't know and pretended to know when he didn't know, and that's the first lie. That's the first lie. Not Satan, by the way. Lying to Eve about she would be as God knowing good and evil. Yeah, he lied about that, but something had to give him a way in. Someone did. Adam. So, the male. Because even though he didn't know what it was, and by pretending he did, when he didn't, he confused his wife to do something with the tree that wasn't in the middle of the garden either. Damn. Right? There's only one tree that might be perfectly in the middle of the garden, and ain't tree of knowledge of good and evil. No. Tree of life. You know, it went up and down. You know what the word means, right? In the garden, right? Maybe perfectly in the middle of the garden. Jacob's ladder is what? Up and down. In the what? Middle of the garden. Still. But we can't even see the ladder anymore. In the heavens. But Jacob only saw it in the dream, just like I only saw the throne of God in the dream. You understand? You can't literally stand before the throne of God in heaven in the flesh. Not yet. No one can yet except for one man, Jesus alone. But he's not a man, only. He's three in one. And the first one ain't a man either, it's male and female, right? That's the image Peter has a problem getting his mind wrapped around, right? It's not the male or the female even, it's the male and the female image, right? And so would a lot of people, especially Roman and Jewish men, right? It's not just Peter, though, who would have a problem with it, though. Don't think he's alone in that. Almost every male easily let Satan beguile them. And then it's the female's responsibility, I guess, kind of like with Eve, not to eat of the wrong tree. But come on, honey. You saw that the tree was to be desired to make one wise. And was good for food somehow. Ever heard of breastfeeding your own child, right? Well, if you meet something that's kind of both, right, has breast and penis and vagina, right, you're going to think, hey, that could help me nurse my children, right? Simply put. And it's good for food and to make one wise. Sexually. Okay. But he also had to do something where they knew half of it was good and half of it was evil after they both ate, right? But Eve ate first and then Adam, right? He also ate of its fruit, of its body, right? Both giving and receiving. It's the receiving part. He ran into the situation that made them both naked and not ashamed. You know what I mean. Whether you do or not, then you're just plain dumb. But okay, Peter's cross. Like I said, upside down means you need to support the weight from the cross up. Right side up means what? You're fine. You don't really need a whole lot of support, especially if your feet are nailed too, right? You can also lift up better. But this way, you need to support the body through the what? Wrist. This one can be through the hands, and it's kind of insignificant. Hello? Listen.